Okay, welcome back. So we've just done our research, and just like I suggested to you, you want to invest at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, researching this material and have it organized maybe in a spreadsheet. But what I've done is, after I paused the tutorial, I've done some additional research for this particular campaign because I've never done it before. Okay, I never drove traffic to this funnel before, and so I was going through the exact same process you're going through from scratch. Okay, and I found a bunch of different resources and influencers that can mail their list for me, or that I'm hoping to get to mail their list for me. And again, the only two free tools that I've used were Google and YouTube. Okay, so for example, on YouTube, I was able to find this guy, Justin Bryant, and this person as well, Daryl Wilson, as well as Michael Kohler. And we already know about Roberto. Now, about Roberto, what I've done is I just went on the to the About tab on this channel, and I just found his email. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to write an email that basically asks permission, or asks them to make me an offer about running the ad to their email database. Okay, and so this is really subtle because this will kind of start the whole interaction, and you have to follow a few influence and persuasion rules in order not to alienate the list owners. But keep in mind that every single person who owns an email database, they think about one thing: how can I make more money? So that's exactly what we're going to be focusing on in this tutorial. So let me shut off YouTube. Okay, and let's go ahead and get started. So your name, Igor Kafetz, your email, help@igorshowitz.com. Okay, so the one thing you want is you always want to reference something about them. So they know you're not just randomly spamming them, but rather you have invested some time to do your research about them, and you're not just, again, not just a random spammer, because people like that probably get tons of emails each and every single day that are sort of generic, and they brush most of them off. So let's see. What do we know about Justin? He's an entrepreneur, person development buff, blogger, marketer, car enthusiast, fitness freak. His goal is to help more people get rich. He's from Dallas, Texas. hmm Didn't want to work a job. hmm Okay, so I already understand how to approach Justin just based on this one thing, because his journey and my journey is very similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use well, my best tricks, if you will, in order to get Justin to want to start a relationship with me. So here's what I'm going to do, and bear with me here. Okay. Now I am going to be referencing to my podcast because this will make me stand out in his inbox, and it also immediately positions me as an authority of some sort, and that's always good for the relationship building. Now, if you're not an authority, which I understand, it's no big deal. It helps if you are. That's all. Yeah, this ain't easy if, when you're just kind of writing off the top of your head. So let me pause the video so you don't sit there watching me writing this for 30 minutes, and let me write it, and then I'll explain what I've done. So it didn't take me 30 minutes, but it took a little bit of time. And here's the email that I wrote. Okay, Justin, Igor here from listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. Again, the reason I'm mentioning my podcast right off the bat is to position myself differently and to show him that I am somebody, right? Because in the marketing world where everyone and their brother is trying to get your attention, that's really important. Now, if you're a nobody, if you're literally just starting out, okay, then you don't want to mention any links, of course, and you just want to use your personality. But again, if you can bring anything up, that's usually a good thing. So then I say, I stumbled onto your YouTube video. I stumbled onto your YouTube video about traffic generation today. I like your tips and proceeded. See, got to proofread. I liked your tips and proceeded to learn more about your story. When you shared how you couldn't fathom the idea of working a job for the rest of your life and discovering that most rich people never even went to college, it really resonated with me. I've had a similar journey ever since reading Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad in high school. It led me to dropping out, going against friends and family to turn my life around. The decision paid off for me, as it obviously did for you, and I just wanted to say, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're helping people change their lives. So the first two paragraphs are really, there's only one purpose. First off, to show him that I took the time to research and to read about him. And, I invested my time and energy into understanding what he's all about. And then I picked up, I kind of pulled an episode out of my own life, which is true, by the way, but I pulled out the episode out of my own life to connect with him on a deeper level. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that we're now friends, but it's easier, okay? It pre-frames the relationship, and it's easier now for us to connect. So then I say, the reason I reached out is because I'm looking to get the word out about my free traffic webinar, and then I put the link in parentheses. And having dove deep into your content, I feel your audience may be a good fit. I'm not asking you to promote for free, of course, and I'm not here to recruit you as an affiliate or anything. I'm wondering if you're open to the idea of running an email promotion that consists of one or several emails to your opt-in email subscribers for an upfront fee paid to you via PayPal or Wire. So in this case, I'm simply making an offer, and I'm trying to make it very subtle. Also, trying to kind of predict the objections that he may have. So in this case, if somebody would ask me to promote their link, a lot of times that would revolve around affiliate marketing, or maybe just, sometimes I actually get people expecting me to promote for free, which is never going to happen. So, I'm upfront, I'm saying, look, I'm not asking to promote for free, and I'm not trying to recruit you. No, I'm making it fair to you, and I'm giving you an upfront fee. You just mail your list. And so regardless of the results, you get paid. So as an email marketer who's protective of my most precious asset, my list, I would totally understand if you said no, of course. So this line is very important because it allows me to relieve the pressure from the request. So a lot of times, when somebody asks you for a favor, there's a lot of pressure and negativity associated with that request, because the person who is being asked feels out of control. So when you make a request, when you state a request and you immediately invite a no, what you're doing is you're giving the other person freedom to say no, and usually that results in a much easier transaction. Okay, so in other words, if I'm making a request from a buddy of mine, if I'm trying to loan some money or get some money, to borrow some money, I would literally say something like, "Hey Josh, look, I completely understand if you're gonna say no, but I really need $500 to finish off the month," or something like that. So I will always, put a no, invite a no in my request. So let's continue. And if that's the case, no hard feelings on my part, brother. It's important for me to let you know that since it's your email list, you're in full control of the ad copy, the claims, and everything else. Plus, it's a free webinar, so it's only going to build goodwill with your list while getting you a nice chunk of change for sending out an email regardless of the results. Beats affiliate marketing. Look forward to working with you. Actually, I'm going to change this to look forward to hearing your thoughts. Igor Kfetz. I'm just Igor. If you're ever looking for a platform to spread your message, I'd be happy to interview you on my podcast. It'd be good publicity for you to be featured next to giants like Robert Kiyosaki, Perry Marshall, and Mike Dillard. So in this case, let me just go ahead and save the message in a Word doc just so I have it. So in this case, what I'm doing also in the PS, I am sort of hinting at quid pro quo. Like I'm sort of hinting at, look, I'm not just somebody who's going to buy your advertising. I'm also a relevant and and valuable contact that may help you improve your business. Again, this will make him more likely to say yes to my request with the idea that he'd want to work with me long term. So then I'm gonna hit the I'm not a robot button, street signs, and I hate these. And here as well. And send the message. Great. Now, let's see. We do the exact same thing with others, okay? So Daryl Wilson, have a product you want to promote, or do you have a question about specific products or service? Then drop me a line. Okay, cool. So let's read a little bit about Darren or Daryl. Yeah. Okay, how do we know more about Daryl? Let's check out his Facebook profile. About. I love to go hiking and work out. On my free time, I will take my dog to the park. Messenger, LinkedIn. Okay, cool. So he's a WordPress developer and creates tutorials on how to use WordPress. Cool. Let's go to the blog. Maybe there's an about page somewhere. I always try to read the about page just to learn a little bit more about the people I'm working with. Again, and I really do prefer to work with people who are like one-man operations, like who's got a persona, like this Daryl kid or that other Justin person. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's much about me information, but what we can do is we can just send him an email because he says, have a product you want to promote, send me an email. So let's do exactly that. So let's go ahead and copy the email. Okay, name Igor Kfetz, help@igorsolowitz.com. Now this is not Justin, right? This is Daryl, so we gotta change the name here. Okay. Okay, so again, the first paragraph is all about connecting to what they're already doing. Remember, people love getting appreciation and kind of praise for what they do. They love hearing about themselves. That's just the flow we all have. So always use it to your advantage. And so the last part of it is probably going to be exactly the same. So the reason I reached out is because I'm looking to get the word out about my free traffic webinar, and having dove deep into your content, I feel your audience may be a good fit. I'm not asking you to promote for free, of course, and I'm not here to recruit you as an affiliate or anything. I'm wondering if you're open to the idea of running an email promotion that consists of one or more emails to your opt-in email subscribers for an upfront fee paid via Wire or PayPal. As an email marketer who's protective of my most precious asset to my list, I would totally understand if you said no, of course, and that's the case, no hard feelings, my brother. It's important for me to let you know that since it's your email list, you're in control of the ad copy and everything, plus it's a free webinar, so it's only going to build goodwill with your list and while getting you a nice chunk of change for sending out an email regardless of the results. Beats affiliate marketing. Look forward to hearing your thoughts. Okay, cool. So I am basically sending out almost the exact same email, with the only difference is that I'm referring to the specifics of his situation. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and send that. Not sure if it went out, but okay, so what we could do if we're not sure if the email went out, so I'm going to go to his Facebook fan page, click on the About link, and what I'm going to find is I'm going to find his actual email. So I'm going to use that in order to send out an email through the actual Gmail interface. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're gonna paste this email right here. I'm gonna make sure I'm sending out from help@igorsolowitz.com, and I'm gonna paste the email. Okay, remove any sort of weirdness. And the subject line, what I'm gonna do is, I actually learned a very cool trick about how to get people's attention when it comes to influencers, and that is, an influencer or somebody who's doing any kind of work is usually very receptive or very open to hearing about people's opinions about their work. Like, they can't help it, so they will gravitate towards people expressing opinions about what they do. So I'm basically going to type in my opinion on Daryl Wilson. Okay. Done. Now, another thing you can do is actually very neat. You can install something called Mailtrack, as you can see right here. It's a Google Chrome add-on, and what it allows you to do, it allows you to track whether or not somebody actually opens your message. So as you can see here, the message was delivered, but it hasn't been read yet. So once it gets read, I will get an email notification, and I will know whether or not Daryl read my email, and I will also know whether or not he responded. And so if I know he reads the email but doesn't respond, I can follow up with him and try to, overcome the whatever objection is holding him back from actually responding and allowing me to promote to his list. So that's the procedure. You do it pretty much with anyone you choose to. Let's do one more. Okay, let's do one more, and then we will move on to the next tutorial. So we got Michael Kohler, online marketer, extreme social, helping business skyrocket their sales and social media presence, ranked number 3 in the list of top 100 influencers and brands social media marketing according to blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, so looks like he positions himself as a social media marketer. Now, this is going to be very good for me because I sell against social media, so I can pull a lot of people from his list that are not getting great results with social media. So let's go ahead and reach out to him. Okay, I'm going to tweak the email a little bit. So your email, help@igorsolowitz.com. Subject, my opinion on Michael Kohler. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to change the name, Michael. Excuse me. Okay. I liked your tips and proceeded to learn more about what you do. Seems like you're an expert in getting social media traffic, and you've built a great business around teaching people how to leverage social media to build Okay, so now the reason what I'm doing here is I'm just reiterating what he's doing for a living, which is always a good idea if you don't have anything specific to say. But also, I'm giving him an honest admission. I'm saying, look, I'm not a fan of social media traffic, even though I've got plenty of it. And if he Googles me, he will find out on his own. And I'm also like, I'll even go as far as saying I'm anti-social. But then I say, but hey, there's more than one way to skin the cat, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm showing honesty, and this honesty shows that I'm not needy. And so what this would allow me to do then, when I make my request, he will take it more seriously, and overall the relationship will be better, because while I am the one who reaches out to him, I am showing non-neediness because I'm honestly going against what he's teaching. Okay, but again, I realize that it may be a good fit for me to promote. So I'm actually going to address this in the PPS. Okay, so in the PPS, I'm addressing this big objection he may have, and that is, he's a social media guy. He teaches people how to use social media in order to make money. And here I am coming in with an angle of anti-social media. So I'm explaining to him that I learned that in any social media tribe, there's always people who kind of want to do it, but then they don't want to kind of, get themselves out there. And social media doesn't really work for them. So for those people, I created this webinar, and it would make sense for him to mail it to his list and basically run the promo. So hopefully it's going to get me a response. We'll see. We'll see. But that's how you do it, okay? That's how you do it, and you do it the same way with pretty much every influencer. And the good news is that there's literally thousands upon thousands of traffic sources just like this one, and thousands upon thousands of influencers who are educating people about the very topic you're probably marketing on, be it make money online, be it weight loss, be it prepping, be it anything really. MLM, like there's just a ton. So all you need to do is just invest just one time, sit down for an hour or two, do your research, come up with a list of all of these influencers, and then just email them. And you'd be surprised that even if only 1 out of 10 responds to you, which is unlikely, but even if just 1 out of 10 does it, even if just one person out of 10 requests comes back to you, you will most likely instantly have an access to a traffic source of literally thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that are extremely targeted to what you're doing, which you can tap either on a weekly or monthly basis if you so choose, okay? Just make sure that you follow all the principles we've discussed in this tutorial that show you how to approach someone with a cold approach and get them to instantly like you and trust you to the extent of allowing you to send out an email or a promo to their list, okay? So that pretty much covers it for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.